Hey, it's Tom from Toons. Today we are putting carpet on this 8-foot by 8-foot floating dock. So no transom, nothing. We are going to put rub rails back on it. They came with it. But we're going to show you how to put the glue down and then how to lay the carpet, smooth everything out. We'll show you that process. I've already decked it with self-tappers, marine grade treated plywood from pontoonstuff.com. I'm going to sweep it off really well so that I can get the glue down. We're going to lay the whole sheet of carpet on, and then I'll show you how we peel one side back. I'll trowel on the carpet glue, and then I can work one side down, work out all the wrinkles, and we'll do the opposite side as well. When your carpet comes in a roll, you would typically lay the roll up, roll it all out the way you want it. This one was a small piece we had to cut out of a 16-foot roll. And this carpet is a nice charcoal color. It's gonna look good on here. We've got that down. I'm gonna go ahead, just like we would with the vinyl floor, I'm gonna clamp it on each side so I know about my halfway point. That's gonna allow me to flip half of it over. It allows me also to pull it nice and snug. We're using that tub of glue. This is a little thicker stuff, so we're gonna use a trowel to put it on. And we'll just do a nice even coat throughout. Try to work fairly quickly because we don't want it to set up or start to cure before we get our carpet back down on it. Just a basic carpet adhesive trowel. This is a metal one. You can get a plastic one at the store, it'd work well too. I'm just gonna take this out, kind of goop it, smear it around, and then I'm gonna flip this back and I'll work out as much of my wrinkles as I can with a cutting board or a plastic cutting board, something that's a big surface that I can put a lot of pressure down on and slide on the carpet easily. Put your lid back on while you're doing the one side so it doesn't dry out. I'm gonna give it one more, just smooth over, make sure we covered everything, especially up to the edges, and then we'll roll everything back. I'm gonna make sure my hands and my feet or my shoes are nice and clean. We're gonna roll that carpet back over, and then I'm gonna work out every wrinkle, every bit I can to get it to stick to this glue. Work it with this piece of plastic from the center out. If you're doing a bigger boat, you might be doing this in small sections going from the front to the back or back to the front. Or if it's a little smaller, you could probably do one side if you have a big trawl or a couple people spreading glue. Work in small sections so the glue doesn't dry, and then always be working towards the outside or towards the front, just working those wrinkles and everything in the same direction. We've smoothed it out. We've got a couple little wrinkles. We'll spend a little more time on those once we get the other side glued down. Also, the sun beating down on it is gonna tighten things up a little bit. So if you have a little wrinkle, don't sweat it. Typically that sun is gonna tighten up the carpet just a little bit throughout that first season, and then your wrinkles will disappear. I'm gonna remove the clamps, roll my carpet back all the way to where I can see the edge of the glue that I've already laid on this side. And then I'm gonna trowel on my glue and repeat the same process I did on here. And then again, if there's any wrinkles at the very end, we can go over those and take care of them, spend a little more time on them. We'll staple around the edges, which will hold that edge down, let that cure up well. Then we'll put the rub rails on when everything's cured up and done. I've pulled it back where you can just see that glue, clean off any other little dust, and then we're gonna get our glue on this side. Got our glue evenly spread on the other side. We're gonna roll this back. I'm gonna work over where I laid the glue for each side to make sure that everything adheres down in the middle too. Got everything smoothed out, the wrinkles smoothed out the best I can, I'm gonna go around with a really sharp razor blade and trim the excess, and then we'll go around and we'll hit it with staples about every 6 inches or so. Yes, you could wrap this carpet and staple it underneath or on the side. However, these are F channel, so my board and carpet have to fit between here. If yours is just a big L, you'd be able to do whatever you want with the carpet on the edges. But this case, I need to trim the excess so that I can slide this back on once the glue is all cured. I'm gonna run around now with that pneumatic staple gun. If you have a hand staple gun, it works. 1/2 inch, we're using T50 staples. If you can do stainless, great, do it. But this is really just to help that glue cure down and right down to the edges, because the rub rail is gonna cover the staples. This carpet is all laid, smoothed out, stapled down. We're gonna give it a good 24 hours at least 65 degrees for the glue to cure. If you can let it sit out in the sun, it's not super, super hot, but a nice day, 60s, 70s with sun beating on it, it's also a great thing. But this is done, we'll let it cure up, and then we'll put the rub rails back on, and then back out on the pond it goes for people to swim on.